Hey everyone, it is time for your June market update. As always, if you're here, go ahead and click that heart button. You can always leave a comment, and if I don't see it, I will catch it after. And you can catch this always on the replay on my feed and on my monthly email newsletter that you guys get. And if you don't get that newsletter, you can always sign up for it, and that newsletter will actually have all the videos from the month in case you missed them. So really quickly, I'm going to go, hey Dimitri, I'm going to try this wave thing. Again, I apologize. I'm going to be looking over to the side quite a bit. Like my computer is there, so it has all my information, and I don't have it all memorized. And if you're someone who can memorize a whole bunch of stats at like a click of a hat, then good for you, and maybe you can share some of those tips with me, but I definitely don't memorize all of this. Okay, so like before, really quickly, we're gonna go over the 4 topics. The first one, how many active listings in the board right now. Again, this is the RAB board, so the Hamilton Burlington board. We're gonna go over inventory rate, sales to list price ratio, what does that mean, and kind of what it looks like kind of from last month to this month, and then average days on market as well. So I'm gonna get into all that really quickly right now. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can leave a comment. If I don't see it, I will get to it after when this is done. So the first thing we're going to go over is how many current active listings in the market right now. Active listings meaning not under contract in any way, so not conditional, just available to sell. So right now we have 15,880 active listings. Specifically out of that number, the freehold detached homes, we have 12,054. So overall, we have 15,880, and then the detached homes freehold, out of that number, we have 12,054. So not separately. Inside of that 15,000, 12,000 of those approximately are freehold detached. In the last week, the sold listings, and this does include conditional under contract, is 1,369. Overall inventory rate right now for the board is 11.5 weeks. So we're looking at about 3 months of inventory, which means we're still creeping closer to what we would consider a buyer's market. The third point that we're going to go over is the sales to list price ratio right now. So if we're looking at May, so last month, we were at 101%. This month, so that's 101% of the asking price. So that's sales to list price ratio, meaning if you're asking, 700,000, you're getting just over 700,000 at 101% of that sales price. What we have in June, we see that number crawl under 100%. So we're not getting 100% of sales price on average. Remember, this is on average. This is across all sizes, styles, types, and areas and price points. So big number. So this may or may not completely apply to your specific home and area, but it is an average of what we're seeing as a trend throughout the entire board. So in June, the list sales to list price ratio is 99.4%. Just under asking, just under 100% of asking. So that is a decrease from May. So in May, we were still bridging about full asking price. And again, average, these are averages. So don't panic if you have your house listed right now. These are averages. And the last point we're going to go over, or the second last point, is the average list price. So on average, so the entire board, again, all sizes, styles, types, areas, price points, but the average list price has actually increased in June to 995,288, which means if you've been following my videos this month, as far as pricing goes in this market, you really want to, obviously within the data and the available data, like for your specific home style, you definitely want to ask for what you want. So no longer playing the list for less, wanting more situation. If you want a certain number, you're gonna have to ask for that certain number, and of course take your agent's advice as to what is appropriate for your home area and price point. All right, average sales price in June has decreased. So we're looking at $841,091. And the last point we're going to go over is the average days on market. So we have seen a uptick slightly in the average days on market overall. So overall average days on market for June, 26 days. I think in May we actually ended slightly lower, around 20 days on market, but we could see the trend going toward about 30 days on market. And the average days to sell is actually 19 days. So days on market versus days to sell, there's a slight difference there. So that's 19 days. So that means, homes will go conditionally sold, but they're still listed as available until they're obviously sold firm, but they are conditional. So they're listed as days to sell versus days on market. Anyways, we can get into a little bit more of that. If you have any questions, you can always contact me, but that is an increase. So the average days to sell last month was actually landed at 16 days. So we are seeing things sitting on the market a little bit longer, as we've discussed. But overall, we haven't seen too many drastic changes, just very slight and gentle upward trends. Again, not by very much, very, very slight. And again, that could just do with, there's so many factors that it could do with, but every single month's going to be slightly unique, right? So, like I said before, buyers, you have your chance. You're going to be competing a lot less right now. So if that is something that you are looking to do and working towards for your goals, go ahead and reach out to your agent. You can always reach out to me if you're in my area. And even if you're not, I can hook you up with someone who you can trust. So have a great week. Happy Canada Day coming up. Have a safe weekend. Have a lot of fun, but stay safe. And if you need any other information, you can go ahead and contact me anytime here on this channel.